It's time to tune into the exciting world of music and community as we explore the upcoming Summermusik Festival with resident ensemble Cincinnati Chamber Orchestra. This annual event highlights the organization's 50th anniversary celebration, and here to give us all the details, we're joined by Evan Gidley, Executive Director of Summermusik. Evan, it is always great to see you.
Hey, good to see you, Pete. Thanks so much for having me.
So this is very exciting. I mean, first of all, celebrating the fact the Chamber Orchestra celebrating 50 years, that is huge.
50 years, it's an incredible honor to be in this position during this time. The orchestra was founded in 1974 by Paul Nadler, who was a CCM student. Noticed there was a need for a professional chamber orchestra in town and found the funding and the people to support that, and here we are 50 years later, still going.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, let's talk about the celebration, Summermusik itself. What can people expect at this year's festival?
Well, this year's festival is bigger than ever. We have, as always, 3 unique concert series. The first is our main stage series, which takes place on Saturday nights. That's with the full orchestra. That's our premiere series down at the School of Creative and Performing Arts. Then we have our Sunday matinee series all throughout town. And finally, our popular chamber crawl series, which takes place at bars, restaurants, other unique venues throughout town on weeknights. So we have all those series back. We have a number of big guest artists coming this year, including Canadian brass, which we'll talk about more in a second, as well as many different collaborations with community members, the Indian community. We have a big program featuring Eastern classical music, meeting Western classical music. We also have jazz vocalist Mandy Gaines, rock guitarist Roger Klug, and it was something for everybody.
Yeah, really a diverse lineup here. And Evan, let's talk about the fact too, the Summermusik's been going on, what, about a decade now. So how has it evolved over the years?
Well, we've almost tripled in size from that very first festival in 2015. So although the same format has stayed the same, the guest artist names have gotten larger. There's been more collaborations. The venues themselves have gotten larger in order to accommodate those larger crowds. So it's really just gotten bigger and bigger.
Wow. So what are some exciting or maybe different features this year that people need to be on the lookout for?
Well, this year really is all about the 50th anniversary. So at our Saturday concerts, we are going to have a display of some historical items. We're going to have trivia questions running pre-concert. So for anybody who's been around long before the festival got started, they'll get a little bit of a flashback. We also have young professionals tickets for the first time this year at a discount for our Chamber Crawl series. So a few new items mixed in there.
Oh, that's really cool. So can you share a little behind the scenes info here? I mean, you have so many performers that are going to be taking part in this. Anything interesting or maybe some details about the planning process making this happen? Yeah,
so the planning process actually starts an entire year in advance, if not more, so we're already starting to plan the next festival. And it's really driven by our music director, Eckhart Proy, so he comes up with themes for each of our 4 main weekends. From there, we decide on repertoire, we decide on guest artists, and we decide on venues, which I think is a key point, that our venues typically match the theme of our concert. We also get input from our musicians who are a part of curating some of those smaller performances. So it's really a long process, but it all comes together quite nicely to come up with these themes, and everything melds together well.
Well, Evan, if somebody's watching this right now and maybe they're new to the event, they've never been before, what would you say is a must-see or must-do experience?
Well, I would say the festival is really about community. There's something for everybody. So no matter what your background is, if you have a family, if you're younger, if you're older, we come together and we're really a part of a family. So there are pre-concert experiences, there are post-concert experiences, there's opportunity to meet the artist. So this really is a festival for everyone, and we do everything we can to create an experience rather than just a concert where you come and sit and don't interact with anybody.
All right, Evan, so for our folks watching right now, remind us when this is happening and where we can go for more information and to get tickets.
Well, we're kicking off this week on Wednesday at the American Sign Museum, which we're really excited about. They just doubled the size of their space, and so we're the first external event taking place there. That's this Wednesday, July 31st. We also have the Canadian Brass this weekend, so a big opening week, and you can go get your tickets at summermusik.org or by calling our box office at 513-723-1182.
All right, Evan, thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.